It's muted. Yeah, let's get going because we got some extra time. So welcome everyone to the Thursday edition, Thankfulness Thursday. I thought today I would do one of these sessions that I've done many times here before, gratitude for the basics, I call it. And part of that is stimulated by being here in Florida. And, this hurricane is obviously in the news, and it's we can definitely feel the weather sort of comes and goes with pretty intense rainstorms, and it looks very ominous out there. And truth is, I kind of love weather, but it's also easy to forget that while I'm sitting in a dry house that feels comfortable, there are probably a lot of other people right now that are in the Panhandle area and along the west coast of Florida that are probably not too thrilled about this. And so this would be a good day to practice the idea of gratitude for the basics, meaning there's lots of things in our day-to-day lives that are really easy to take for granted. So let's take a few minutes today to drop into just noticing them and seeing where in our being that gratitude or appreciation for having those things in our lives exists. So let's start by closing our eyes. As always, grounding. I'm uncrossing my legs, putting both feet flat on the ground. Really amplify the contact with the ground. Literally trying to ground in the present moment. Just noticing the body breathing, the body sensing. Even with eyes closed, we can see all kinds of colors and shapes and movement. We can hear noises all around us, also noises in the body. And just for a moment, bring your attention to your hands, specifically the palms of your hands. And just noticing temperature, sensations, texture. Before we get started on the gratitude practice, let's take a couple of breaths together. So deep inhale through the nose, long, slow exhale. Just dropping further into the here and now. Another deep, slow inhale through the nose. Long, slow exhale. And then just letting the body breathe on its own. And one of the basics of our existence is safety. So just noticing, in order for us to be on this call right here, right now, we're all enjoying a certain degree of safety. And depending on what kind of a home we have and where we live, there's also some sanctuary or safety there. I know I often find safety just in my car, just in the enclosure of the car when the weather's out. Wherever you find safety, if you can notice where in your body the appreciation for that place is. And sometimes we can access our appreciation for safety just by thinking about other people who may not have it now. I'm guessing there are a lot of people in this area where I am right now who are worried, who aren't feeling safety, and give anything to have some predictability and confidence that they and their belongings and their loved ones will be safe. And then next, moving on to what I call a functioning society. Now, for the most part, it's obviously not perfect, but we have, for example, access to 911. We can call a number on our phone. For the most part, we can count on someone answering that call and assisting us with whatever we need. I'm not a big fan of Ron DeSantis, the governor here in Florida, but I actually really appreciated seeing him on TV the other day and just the skillfulness with which he was communicating with people over the TV and introducing the team and giving them assurances that, there were power line workers that were on the ready to sort of swoop in after the hurricane was had passed to try to fix any electrical issues. And even that, just appreciating that it's this infrastructure that makes all of this work. We have that too. And connected to that is also gratitude for basic infrastructure. I mean, most of us can just walk to a bathroom when we need to. And there's a toilet that just magically takes our waste away to somewhere. We have light switches. We can just walk into a room and push a button and light turns on. Or get into your shower and have hot water or clean water. So gratitude for having that. And then also remembering that that works because there are countless people with skills and spending the time and effort to make all of that work. There are people that enforce codes to make sure it's safe. And it's all around us. And oftentimes we don't notice it until it's not working. Just taking a moment to appreciate all of that basic infrastructure that is working right now. And then next, I'm thinking of communal spaces. I was noticing here where I am now, there are a fair number of roundabouts, and in the middle of the roundabouts are all these flowers. These are these curated, cared for trees and spaces, and I just think that's such a again. There's all these people maintaining that, or parks, or if you have kids going to the playgrounds and just the infrastructure that's there. So appreciating all those spaces that we benefit from without actually directly contributing to it. And moving on to access to food. Again, we live in a time in history and in a part of the planet where we have an incredible amount of variety of food that we can, for the most part, count on being clean and edible. Just think of the last time you walked into the grocery store, and I sometimes just go in there and just walk up and down the aisles, just amazed at how much fruit and vegetables and choices of different kinds of tomatoes and some organic and some other. And it's just the abundance is amazing. And just remembering that's not the case in many parts of the world. And on the other end of some of this is waste and garbage. And I gave the example of the toilet earlier, but also, every Monday, put the garbage cans out. And there's a whole army of people who then take that and dispose of it and move it away. And I've been in places where that doesn't work. And it's kind of a nightmare. There's a moment of appreciation for that whole community of people and professionals that worry about it and think about it and actually make it happen. And then the last one I'll bring up today is convenience. We have these magical devices in our pockets pretty much at all times, and we can call a restaurant and order food, or we can order something online and activate people shipping it to our door, oftentimes the next day. That's, of course, a bit of a double-edged sword, that whole convenience piece, but focusing on how lucky we are that if we really need something or want to get some information or we have questions and want to reach someone, like we live in an incredibly convenient time. I notice it especially traveling, just having maps that reroute you to a different road when the traffic gets heavy. It's quite incredible. And just taking a big step back and thinking about just gratitude for all of these basic parts of our lives that we oftentimes don't notice because they work. We just take them for granted. I think it's nice to sometimes just take a moment and just appreciate all this foundational stuff and all the people that are involved in making it work for us and how much we benefit. And go ahead and take a deep breath in, long, slow exhale through the mouth, relaxing the shoulders, the chest, the belly, hands, and then hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more inhale, long, slow exhale. Again, just letting go, relaxing, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. come on back. I hope that sets the tone. May you spend a few minutes today, I don't know, just randomly walking into a grocery store, or even just walking down the street and just look around and see all the stuff that's working for you that you know we we have no hand in. It's quite amazing. So I hope that was a helpful meditation. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Be well. Oh, and I'll stick around if anyone wants to chat.
Got a minute, Ollie?
Absolutely, yeah.